So let's talk about the relationship between growth and self-trust, particularly in those moments when you're going for something in life that kind of stretches and inspires you, but maybe also scares you a little bit. So my name's Karina. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a yoga teacher trainer and a women's wellbeing coach. And I actually wanted to do this video because I've noticed in the coaching that I do that we all essentially have the same experience when it comes to navigating transition and change. And so I wanted to give you a really simple way of conceptualizing that experience using a couple of really simple lists that can serve as a nice roadmap for what you can do when you find yourself in those moments. So in moments of transition, we all experience fear and resistance. Now, we often think that that fear and resistance is this deeply personal reflection of who we are, when actually that fear and resistance is a natural part of change, and it arises whenever we're faced with the unknown. So you're in the middle of a big change, or maybe you're aware of the desire to change, but you aren't really sure how to go about it. And so you reach out for support. Why do you do that? We do it because we have the desire to be held in transition, and often because it feels easier to be accountable to somebody else than it does to ourselves. So we externalize that responsibility, especially if we're feeling unsure. Self-doubt can manifest in lots of different ways, like, how can I know what the next right step is? What if I can't do it? Is it okay for me to take up space? What will people think? Do I deserve it? And it's okay to ask all of those questions. That uncertainty is a normal response to the unknown. But how do we acknowledge that uncertainty and act anyway? I remember being in one of those moments a few years ago, and I voiced those doubts to my coach at the time, and she said to me, and I'll never forget it, you never start as the version of yourself who can stand confidently in a new space. You become the person who can stand confidently in that space through the process of working towards it day in and day out. So in the process of working towards it, you end up building two lists. And these are the lists that I mentioned at the beginning of the video. The first is the list of everything practical you need to do to move from here to there. So arrange the meeting, or enlist the mentor, or make the phone call, or sign up for that computer package, or, literally whatever it is. As you begin working through that list, fear and resistance will arise. And that's okay, because it's going to give you important information about what needs to go on that second list, which is the list of the inner work that needs to happen to help you explore and address the fear and resistance that arises as you work towards your goal, so that it can live but doesn't necessarily have to stand in your way. What happens over time as a result of working that second list is that your inner story changes from I feel uncomfortable, therefore something must be wrong, to I feel uncomfortable, therefore I must be growing. And that's essentially how you develop self-trust. It's not a matter of gaining more knowledge or learning another technical skill. Self-trust grows as our ability to hold ourselves in challenging moments grows. So the way you build that capacity so you can start making braver decisions as you transition is by committing to just small actions repeated daily that help you build the story of yourself as somebody who always has your own back. So this is something that I know is true because I commit to this process every day. It's something I know is true because I also see it in coaching containers all of the time. So if this is something that interests you and that you'd like to explore a little bit more, just keep an eye out for a video coming up in about a week's time that'll have some extra free resources that you can work through to help you build that habit of showing up for yourself every day and build the story of yourself as somebody who can hold themselves through difficult transitions, whatever they look like in life.